So what we got here is a 94 Ford Ranger. This is my parts Ranger for my RX-7 project. And as you can see, I've removed the hood. I'll explain that in a second. But this thing's not good for much. It's got no transmission. The box is off. The door's coming off to go on my other Ranger. The fenders are rotten. It's a 3-liter V6. Nobody wants that. So I've taken the liberty of drilling a hole in the intake manifold. And we're going to fill this pipe with water and put about 120 pounds on it of air pressure. And then when the engine's running at about 7,500 RPM with nitrous pouring into it, yeah, nitrous system right there, I'm going to pull that valve. That's a high flow valve to get maximum amount of water in there at full speed. And then we're going to see what it does. I've even rigged up an absolutely terrible camera mount and on the skid steer. And yeah, we'll see what she does. I've seen lots of scenarios of this happening, but no one ever videotapes it. And when they do, they always videotape it idling and they put water in it and it bends a connecting rod. That's kind of uneventful. I want eventful. So I've got the little air compressor charged up to about, well, that's pathetic. I'm gonna have to run an extension cord to get 120 pounds on this thing. What a piece of crap. Oh yeah, drink it. It's really diluted coolant. I think it's been raining in it for several weeks. But that's okay. It won't mind. So this thing does run. It's got some battery connection problems, but other than that, it does run. Let's do this. Well, that was uneventful. That was downright disappointing. 7,000 RPM and all it does is stall. Oh, I don't think it's done yet. I think there's more life in this thing. We might have to pull some spark plugs and it might knock after this, but yeah, it's definitely hydraulic a little bit, but that's not that big a deal. Yeah, we're gonna keep trying here. That was disappointing. So I got 5 out of 6 of the plugs out, and that 6th one's hard to get, and I don't care. If it turns over, we're just gonna see if it'll turn over, and otherwise I'll have to pull that other one, but no, I think I'm gonna have to pull that last one, see if that does it. Well, that is extremely disappointing. All the spark plugs are out. Oh, it turned. Oh, maybe it's just... Oh, there it goes. Oh. Oh, it will live again. So we've got the plugs back in, and we should do the diligent thing and check the oil. Now, the oil looks pretty good, actually. It doesn't even look like there's coolant in it. Good. Now, if it runs, if it starts, I don't know if it's going to. It's going to be a little knocky for sure. Definitely got a bent rod or two. We're going to hit it with nitrous and see if it doesn't come apart. Now, if it doesn't come apart right away, I'm just going to shut her down and I'm going to reload for round 2. Actually, I might just reload anyway. Let's see if it'll start. Oh, I want to. Oh, again, that's so disappointing. I really got to fix that nitrous valve before someone gets hurt. It could be unsafe. There was only about 1 bottle of water that time. It's still hydraulic the same, and it still wasn't that eventful. So we're just gonna have to try again. Wonder how many times the rods can take this. Well, let's see if I can't get splashed in the face again. Oh yeah. Man, this thing's just gonna keep running. I should have chosen something other than a Ford if I wanted to blow it up. All right, this is round 3. And for round 3, we're gonna let the water gravity drain in. I'm not gonna put pressure on it. I've only put half a bottle of water in it. We're gonna hit it with nitrous, and we're gonna wide open throttle it, all that fun stuff. But we're just gonna let the water run in naturally and see if it makes a difference, because the pressure seems to kill the engine. I'm not sure if it's the air that's killing the engine or what, but we're just gonna try it, see if it'll start. Anyway, it's seen some hard times, this engine, and it's gonna eventually find its limit, but can't badmouth Ford for building a good 3-liter. Oh boy, that is a good 3-liter. I still need my vice grip. Power up the nitrous. All right. Come on. Oh, it's wet. She's a little wet. Not sounding as healthy as it did before. Oh yeah, she's gonna go. Oh, come on, you can do it. Oh, I didn't like it that time. I'm not saying it's over. That time we got some coolant out the tailpipe, so we'll see if it wants to go again. I'm sure it does. It's not done yet. Oh, it's not even hydraulic. Ford sure knows how to make an automobile. Oh boy. Oh. It'll start again, right? It's still good. It's still good. Start, right? Oh yeah. She's good. Just a little wet. Oh, I didn't like that. Now it could be because it's, when this is wide open, that it's pulling air and not running through the mass airflow. We don't know. Let's find out. Oh, and it's on fire. That might be the end of it. I might have to put that out. Don't worry, I've got a pail of coolant. Oh, oh. Oh, yeah, get in there. Oh, yeah. Oh, that made it worse. There we go. All right. It's good. It wants to go again. There we go. All right. You like that, don't you, Ford? Oh, we're catching fire. It's almost like someone put a bunch of gas in the intake manifold. What kind of dumbass does that? Oh, yeah. Won't do that this time. I don't know why it wouldn't do that this time, but we'll try. Oh. It keeps catching fire. That was a bad idea. Well, what if we just let it sort itself out? So it's the next day, and this thing wouldn't start. But after I shut it off last night there, I went to start it again, and it would just barely fire, and then it wouldn't rev up. So it was hot, and I shut it down before prematurely, and because of that, I might not be able to fully fail it. But we're going to try. We are going to try. So, as you guys know, it's been a couple of days since we wrecked this thing. I think it's got a couple of spun bearings, but it's not completely dead yet. Now, I'm not big on giving up, and I fixed the battery connections. So, we're gonna see if we can get it to start one more time. No matter what, if it does start, it's over. But we're not just gonna give up and say it's done yet. We're gonna finish the job properly. I don't know when to quit. Come on. Oh yeah, it's gonna go. that sounded metal on metal, but we better be sure. I'd hate to not be sure. Oh no, it's gonna go again. Starting to have a lot of blow-by. Yeah, I don't think it's done yet though. I think it wants more. Oh yeah. Well, it's still seizing up, but it wants more. It wants more. It's starting to get tight, but I think it wants more. I'm gonna get another nitrous fuse because it keeps popping the nitrous fuse, and then we're gonna run it again and see if it'll run better on nitrous. All right, let's try it again. Oh, it's starting to get really, really knocky. Now it's not done. I'm giving a little shot of nitrous. See if that'll help it start. Oh, it's getting a little tight. Have to give it some time. One more try. Oh, it's on fire again. That'll happen. If you could not be on fire, that would just be terrific. Oh yeah. She just wants to go. Come on. It wants to go. It will go again. All right, so I brought out the brake clean, and now we're gonna try it again. Oh yeah. Oh, it lost a rod there. Oh, just about. Oh boy. Yeah, we'll have to let her cool down a bit. I think she'll start again though. Does the thing have any action left? That is the question. I have my doubts, but oh, not a lot of action left, that's for sure. Oh, it got tight again. It wants to go. Oh, it's gonna need booster cables. So I took a break from working on this Ranger to do some springs on my truck, and then I come over and I just touch the starter and it just fires right up. Like it just, oh, so it starts up just flawlessly, and now it's just being stubborn. Oh yeah, it wants to go again. It absolutely does. You can hear it's getting a little tight. Yeah, it's got some tight spots. Oh, it's got some tight spots. But it's not done yet. I might have to put booster cables on it again. But it wants to go. It doesn't want to go very good, but it wants to go. Oh, that connecting rod is definitely binding up somewhere. Oh yeah, it'll go again. We'll give it some time. So I cut a hole in it to try and make it so I could feed it more brake clean. Figured that might help with the performance starting. But see if I can do this again. Oh. It's backfiring through the intake. That's not good for anybody. Needs more brake clean. No, it doesn't like that. Less throttle, more brake clean. Yeah, I'd say it's just about had it. Oh yeah, give it all of it, way too much. It'll probably backfire up to the carb again, but these are the chances we take, right? Come on. Oh, that might be the end of it. Oh, I'll have to let it sit and see if it works later. So I think it might be done now. We're going to give it one last try. And if it doesn't start, we're pulling the engine straight out the hood and taking a look at it. Because I'd like to know how many rods are bent. All of them, I would guess. It still turns, but it's pretty solid. Now, when you're doing failure analysis on an engine, it's very important that you remove it carefully so you know why it failed. It'll come out, it'll come out. Just about. Oh yeah, see it just like that. Now I expect the oil will be nice and sparkly. I don't know for sure, but it's black, but it's not particularly bad. Must have burnt off all that coolant I added to it. You gotta catch the oil, can't let it go on the ground. Environment. So when I was taking the pan down, it was making rattling noises, which is never a good sign. And as you can see, there's a lot of metal in there, not just a little. It really shredded these connecting rods. And I say connecting rods because I thought it threw one. It actually threw two. Number 5 gone. Number 6 gone. You can see down there the piston, and the piston boss is destroyed and the rod's bent. And then you can see on that one that the piston is more or less intact, but the rod is sheared off. It seems like the rest of them are all right, which, you know, is surprising considering hydraulicking it. But I think when we hydraulicked it, because the engine was leaning back, even though I was injecting in the middle, most of the water ran to the back holes, and that's why they got the majority of it. But yeah, the water itself didn't kill the engine. Hydraulicking it didn't actually kill it. It ran good after. What killed it was putting coolant in the oil after, because it already had bent rods, and all it took was a little bit of coolant wrecking the bearings to cause them to stick, and then the bent rods had no chance. But I'm just glad I got to kill this thing finally. I've been looking at it in my yard for 2 years, wondering what I was gonna do to it to kill it, and when we were gonna kill it. Thanks for watching.